before I start this walk with Rick the puppy, I want to document. Me and Rick the puppy went to lunch for the first time ever today. Look, he had chicken fingers. I had French fries. It was a very, very cheap date. Yeah, so, all right, we're going to start our walk in about 5 seconds. You're going to leave a tip? Here we are, South Street. Me and Rick the puppy, we just had lunch. Going for, sorry. Quiet, scenic, beautiful Philadelphia. How we doing today, guys? You guys having fun? You having fun? No, asshole. I'm an adult. Look at these guys. No shirt wearing weather. Uh-oh. I am wearing a shirt. I listen. I went through a fat episode a few years ago. I'm still considered obese. So how dare I even talk like a thin person? But what the hell's going on here? What the hell? First off, what's this bamboo gonna do? Oh, I can't see. Oh no! What a surprise! What's going on here? There they go. Tell their management. All right, here you go. Uh-oh, watch your step, Rick the puppy. Oh no, are they paving over this street? Uh-oh. Well, let's document the street. Oh, it's sticky as fuck. Well, I mean, we might as well, if they're paving over it, we might as well look at it one last time. Uh-oh, nah, they ain't paving this street. They ain't paving this street. That's ridiculous. They ain't paving this street. You see this here? This is the oldest outdoor market in the United States. What do you think of that? Rick the puppy met Santa Claus here. Oh, now I got asphalt at the bottom of my sneakers. God damn it. So yeah, this is like an outdoor market. A lot of shirtless people today. It's very exciting. Fortunately, they're all shirtless men. Well, maybe that's your thing. You know, it's not my thing. I like to see shirtless women. Not that we ever see that. No, Rick, you can't pee on that. That's a historic building. Uh-oh. I got so much money, I should start a bank. Me and Rick the puppy, as you saw in the beginning, we just had our first lunch at a restaurant. And I was thinking about things that I'm going to miss during this pandemic. I'm not one of those outdoor eating people. I like to eat inside restaurants like a normal human being. Bugs, traffic, noise, you know. So I don't eat outside. I'm normal. And that's something I'm going to miss during this pandemic, eating outside with the dogs. Me, Rick the puppy, and Stewie the Chihuahua. We all ate at a restaurant this week. Very exciting. Holy shit, Rick the puppy. Let's get out of here. The bees. Look at these. Holy God, look at these houses. A little bit of history right here. This is where, if you had a horse, you would tie your horse up to this thing. And to get on your horse, you would step on that and you giddy up. And these lamp posts were put in 1968. This area here in Philadelphia was the first section of the United States that was ever gentrified. The term gentrification, I think, comes from what they did to this section of Philadelphia. This part of the city in the 50s, it wasn't that good, or it was a poor. I don't know if it was good or bad crime-wise. And Kevin Bacon's dad said, holy God, what are we doing? All this stuff around Independence Hall. It's falling apart. We got to preserve it. So then they made the hoardy-toardy people buy it to preserve it. I don't, that might be what happened. We don't know. All the pavements in front of the houses are red brick. That must be a pain in the ass to take care of. We go see a bar? Come here, Rick the puppy. This was an old tavern. It was open until recently. It just closed. Uh-oh. Now you wait for me. You don't run me over. I see your license plate. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me, dickhead. I'm walking Rick the pup. Right here, you see this? A man full of trouble. Built in 1759. This was a Colonial Inn right here. 1759. Man full of trouble. And that's a man full of trouble right there. A guy with a parrot and a monkey. I tell you what, that's probably true. I remember in 2000 and something, I saw that you could buy a monkey. Like you could just buy a monkey for like $3,000. And I was like, oh, I'm going to buy a monkey. But it's like constantly having a baby. Like I did research. I was getting ready to buy a monkey. And it's like having a baby 24/7. And then I was like, oh, I don't like having babies. Why would I have a monkey? So I bought a dog. And they're only like a step above baby. Especially this guy. Rick the puppy. How you doing, bud? We had dinner? Or lunch? Oh, this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite statues. This is called "What the Hell Is That?" I don't know if that's the name of it. That's what I call it. It's these two guys looking at this thing, and they're going, "What the hell is that?" Make sure I get this. See? Oh. This guy, he's talking to this guy. It's his friend. They're talking to each other. He goes, "What the hell is it?" I don't know. You think it could hurt us? I don't think so. What the hell is that? Yeah, that's guys. That's not. I would run. Oh, the guy who built these buildings is the same guy who built the World Trade Center. Kind of see the similarity there. It's called the Society Hill Towers. You know, that guy wasn't really original with the buildings he named. Twin Towers, Society Hill Towers. Oh, this guy. Something weird about guys who do this. I just don't, I can't just lay down, right? You ever just lay down and get sun? No. There's a guy just sitting here with no shirt and no shoes on. What's he doing? Go for a walk. Unless you're paralyzed, and I get it, just lay in a chair, but I just don't get. I guess the term is sitting still. I can't really do that. Last weekend, Mrs. Captain went painting. She wanted to go painting. I said, oh, I'll go painting with you. Got everything set up. We're getting ready to paint. And I said, yeah, no, I'm going to walk the dog. I got that ADHD or something. Yeah. Ain't this a pretty spot? That's really... Oh, look at that old building right across the street. Look at that fence. That. Let's get close. Let's get ready, Rick the puppy. Let's get ready to look at some wrought iron. So, baby, where are we going out tonight? Are you taking me to get some food? I want you to pay for me. I got no job. I'm so hungry for you. Oh, Rick the puppy, this is a historic block. Mayor Powell lived here. You know who else lived here? That guy was happy, right? George Washington lived on this block. Check out this fence. Pretty awesome. Right here, look at this. William Penn, I think William Penn's grandson lived here. John Penn, right? And then on this site in 1778 to 1780, no. Where's the George Washington stuff? Oh, anyway, George Washington slept here. This is a pretty cool house. Samuel Powell, former mayor of Philadelphia, when doing like 1776. This is where he was. These steps. Guess who walked up these steps? George Washington, Ben Franklin, all the founding fathers really did. And behind these doors, it said, I think it's Sarah Powell. Elizabeth Powell. Elizabeth Powell talked George Washington into running for a second term for president of the United States. This is a book binary house. Look at that. Pretty cool block. What are you doing? Wow, look at this house. Has a witch's hat. That's not a witch. Maybe it is. Who knows? Right here on this corner, Thomas Paine published a pamphlet. Did he publish it? Yeah, he published the first edition of Thomas Paine Common Sense was published right there on that corner, which is very, very important in American history. With that, I think with that document, it made a lot of people go, "Oh, you know what? We don't need England." Uh-oh. I break the glass, I break it down. You know, Rick, you know Hamilton? Alexander Hamilton? Alexander Hamilton. Uh-oh. He lived right here. In the middle of this block is where Alexander Hamilton's house once stood. It's not there no more. So it's just, it kind of is like, this is where it was. There's a lot of that in Philadelphia. Signs that says, this is where it was, but it's not there no more. Look at this building. This is a Merchants Exchange building. Pretty interesting. This was a across the street. That was like a restaurant where they cooked the recipes of the founding fathers. I closed down due to the pandemic. The guy had his own show on PBS, Colonial Cooking or something like that. A lot of Instagram people do shit here. It's now the headquarters of the park rangers. I took my stepfather, Mrs. Captain's stepdad was in town yesterday. And I took him on tour of like all the history stuff. And there was a park ranger was listening to me talk to my, they're my family, right? We're walking around talking. Park ranger goes, yo, you a tour guide? I said, what? No. I said, no, I'm not a tour guide. He goes, well, you can't be a tour guide and be tour guiding in here. And I said, I'm not a tour guide. Right? I'm a YouTuber, a YouTuber. And then he started like attacking me in this place. I'm like, yo, you better back. I'm not a tour guide. I don't make money off doing tours. So I'm a YouTuber. I YouTube. I make videos about the history of Philadelphia, and they back up off me. I didn't say any of the tough guy stuff. The park rangers are just like cops, so don't ever get mouthy to a park ranger. And then you gotta remember too, if you get locked up, that's federal. I'd rather go for this yard. If you get locked up in these parks, it's federal crime because it's federal land. So, like pot's decriminalized in Philadelphia, but it's not decriminalized in the federal parts of these. Like the park rangers can lock you. I don't think they give a shit though. Here's the deal with smoking pot in the city. Just find a spot where you can stand alone. Like, let's see, where would I smoke pot in here? Well, not here. You see this spot right here? This is where the yellow fever epidemic started. So I wouldn't even hang out here. Rick the puppy, I'm sorry that we're even walking here. In the 1790s, Philadelphia had this big yellow fever epidemic. And it started right here. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Down this, I think this was Dock Creek. Out there I say creek. And, yeah. And they're starting construction on a lot of the stuff around here. Like you see this street, I bet you it gets fixed up. 2026, America turns 250 years young. Don't you hate when people say that? 250 years old, America turns. And, so they're fixing up all this stuff around here to make sure the tourists are happy when they come here. There it is, Carpenter's Hall. Flemish Bond! Oh, it's very exciting, Rick the puppy. There it is, the first Continental Rick the puppy, look at this. The first Continental Congress. Very exciting, right? America kind of started in that building. Sort of, kind of. Rick the puppy, he says, I DGAF. All right, Rick the puppy. That guy in the red jacket works for the tour guide company that didn't hire me. I'm bitter. I'm bitter. Uh-oh. Let's see. You were going to see the second bank of the United States. Why is this all... like I want to show them, but I don't want to walk over it. Can I throw you over the wall, Rick the puppy? I guess we could see the front. The back's this money shot, though. Who gives a shit? Let's go home. You walked. It's hot out, right? You've done enough. Yeah, like this whole pathway for the second bank in the United States, which is right there. First bank in the United States is over there. It's getting really worked on. So a lot of this stuff hasn't been open for a few years. Like the first bank in the United States, it hasn't been open for a while. Second bank's open. They have a portrait gallery in there. That's where I got attacked by the park ranger. I was telling my stepdad's, my Mrs. Captain's stepdad's wife. I was telling her, boy, I don't even know if we're related though, me and her. We were in a room and I was talking about how P.T. Barnum from Barnum and Bailey Circus had a museum, and he had a bunch of stuffed animals that were once housed on the second floor of Independence Hall. And all those stuffed animals, those animals that, you know, they went up in flames in a great fire in the late 1800s in New York. So the only stuffed animal that remains from the animals that were exhibited at Independence Hall is in this portrait gallery. And it's in the back room. And if you go into the back room of this portrait gallery, it's laid out like the museum that was on the second floor of Independence Hall. So I'm talking to my stepmom-in-law, and I'm telling her all this stuff that I know. And the park ranger came up to me and said, "Yo, are you a tour guide?" And I said, "No." And he said, "So you just know this stuff?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You know about Charles Wilson?" Like he's like, "So you know about Charles Wilson Peale and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and you're not a tour guide?" And I said, "No." I said, "I'm the captain of Philadelphia. I'm on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Check it out." And sad thing is that guy was even in a few of my fucking videos. They didn't even know it. I hope he don't look at them, because I make fun of them in some of them. This building was falling. See this scaffolding? The masonary's falling apart. That's why it's there, to protect you. I guess it's safe. We're gonna see the Liberty Bell again, Rick the puppy. This guy's shaking his goddamn head like a bobblehead. The hell's that guy going? I really love this part of the city. It is a dog. He's an internet celebrity. His name's Rick the Puppy. Alright. This is good, Rick. We did pretty good today, me and you. We walked all around the Society Hill, Old City, Queens Lane. That's what they call the South Street region. The Queens Lane. I think Rick the Puppy's getting tired. That's good. Quite honestly, I go through these stages where I feel like a horrible dog owner because I can't walk him every day. I can't walk him every day because he pulls so much, it hurts my ribs. The next day, I broke my ribs in September, and after I walk him the next day, my ribs hurt really, really bad. It takes like 2 or 3 days for them to heal. I guess I could walk them for 10 minutes, but I think that's more of a dick tease. There it is, Rick the Puppy. See that? It's the Liberty Bell. Yeah, it's the Liberty Bell, Rick the Puppy. Look, Rick the Puppy, it's the Liberty Bell. Come here, Rick the Puppy. No? Okay, let's get Echo. The car's 2 blocks away. That's Independence Hall, Rick the Puppy. I know you saw it earlier. You don't give a shit. No line for the Liberty Bell. Let's go. There's no line. You want to go see Ben Franklin? Right? I mean, we're a block away. You gotta go see Ben Franklin. Am I really walking my dog to a grave? I am. I am. My old dog I had before Rick the puppy, I had a boxer lab guy. And I would walk him around the vet. We would go walk around Veteran Stadium before he got ripped down, you know? You see this little patch of cement? I don't know why we got these barricades up still. This little patio here is for protest. So you can protest in front of Independence Hall. It's called the First Amendment Plaza. So if you ever want to come and protest against anything, really, you could just come here and protest. I only saw one time that somebody had to go across. You couldn't protest here. It was like a I think it was like a white pride thing, so they made them go across the street. But you could protest here. I was in one in November. I was just here. I like to watch protests, even if I don't agree, or I just like to watch protest. Agree or disagree, I just like the people watch. I like to watch the people. That statue across the street is called the Statue of Religious Liberty. It used to be in front of the synagogue here. It's not. It used to be in Fairmount Square, and then it was in front of the synagogue, and then they put it in front of the Jewish Museum, the Jewish American the Jewish American History Museum. And then they're opening up this museum, the Faith and Liberty Discovery, and I don't know if it's a religious museum. I don't understand what's going on here. But this is it. And they got this new torch. Ooh, excuse me. This new torch, they were installing this yesterday. They just finished it. That's gonna be cool looking. It's crazy. As much as I'm down here, I really didn't know much about this. I'm not real religious, so it's probably, I don't know if it's like a big, I don't know. Religious freedom is a big part about this this country, you know? William Penn, the whole reason he wanted Pennsylvania was so people could be Quakers, you know? And honestly, he said he made a country or a state where you could practice whatever religion you wanted. No problem. You don't have to be a Quaker. Right? I mean, goddamn. You could do whatever you want. That's a big... That's very open-minded for them days. This is Christ Church Cemetery. Uh-oh. Rick the puppy, you're not working with me. Oh, because I have your leash in this hand. Here, you stay here. There it is. 5 signers of the Constitution for the Declaration of Independence. Ben Franklin's buried here. The guy who started the Philadelphia Zoo is buried here. If you look at this cemetery, the outside is this brick wall with Flemish Bond. And there's no real way to look into this cemetery, right? You got this fence here. One of the first Supreme Court justices is buried here. I don't think one of the original whatever, but like one of the first 30. So this wall is here all throughout the cemetery. You can't see Ben Franklin. Guess what? Ben Franklin's buried in this cemetery. So the city of Boston was like, yo, we want Ben Franklin's remains. And then we were like, yo, no, we ain't giving you that. Go to hell. And they said, well, look, you got this cemetery. I can't even look at Ben Franklin. Where is he? So the guy who started the Franklin Institute, Baldwin, he started a fund to get this fence put in. And this fence is in because the city of Boston was trying to be jerk-offs, taking away Ben Franklin from us. And there he is, and there he will remain. Kiss my ass, Boston. Franklin, we'll see you later, buddy. That's probably the grave I visited most. Ain't that funny? And right here, this is the Mint, the United States Mint. All the, medals of honor and medals of freedom and whatever, they make them all in there. It's the biggest coin making factory in the world. The world, Rick the puppy. Now, this is the Constitution Center. It's a. I already shit on it in another video. It's fine. I saw Muhammad Ali here. Muhammad Ali, they get this medal. It's called like the Medal of Freedom. George H.W. Bush won one. Muhammad Ali, the Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela. They all won this award. And I was a member of the Constitution Center, and I got tickets to go see Muhammad Ali get this award. It's very cool. It was one of the last things I think nationally that he got recognized for. I don't know what the hell did I just even say. I don't even know what the hell I just said. So that don't even listen to me. What the hell am I talking about? If you see the scooter videos I make videos where I ride scooters around the city. I add music to the background, and the reason why I do that is because sometimes I don't talk, and it can go for like 45 seconds. So I don't know. I have this thing where I can't listen to quiet, so I add the music. That's why I do that. I know some of you guys don't like the music. I'm sorry. It's okay. Yo, this feels like summer, Rick the puppy, right? It's like 85 out. Uh-oh. It don't get much better than this. I gotta throw a kilt on. I gotta get some color on my legs. Oh, you know what? There's a really cool tree planted here. Let me see if I can find it. It's a tree. Let's see if I can find it. Uh-oh, Rick the puppy. Hey, he's not even pulling. He's never not pulled. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can find that special tree. There it is. Right there in the middle. Come here. This is something I learned. You ever see something with a sign? If you got an extra minute or two, you want to go somewhere and see something? If you ever see a sign, take a second to read that sign. The reason why that sign's there. It's inside the Constitution Center. So this tree here is I don't know, Pennsylvania Liberty Tree. This tree was grown from a seed of the last survivor of the original 13 Liberty trees during the American Revolution. These trees served as a gathering place for colonists to fight against their fighting for their independence. That's pretty cool. If you go to the Revolutionary Museum, they actually have a piece of the original Liberty trees, and I think all it was a way for like Americans who were against the British Empire. It was like a way for them to communicate. Like that tree was the spot where they would send all their emails before they had emails. Yeah. Oh, am I jaywalking? Uh-oh, ripped off. This is the base of the Ben Franklin Bridge. And you ever see this lightning bolt? It's supposed to represent the kite, Ben Franklin, the key, and all that stuff. I always thought that it was weird that they built such a large platform for a statue. And then I found out this isn't a platform to a statue. It's a trolley stop. This is actually a trolley stop. Back when they were building this bridge in the 19-teens, 1920s, trolleys were all the rage. And they had this to be a trolley stop. This would be the end of the line. You could travel from New Jersey to Philadelphia in a trolley. But then they came out with this thing called the bus. You see this guy driving by? The bus is a lot easier to transport. They don't have to worry about, double parkers blocking the trolley line. You don't have to worry about if a trolley power line goes down. You got a bus, you go. Bus breaks down, you fix it, or you get another bus. But right there, it's supposed to be a trolley stop. Rick the puppy's like, I don't give a shit. I haven't been on a bus or a trolley. Let's get home. This is a new mural. It came within the last year or so. They have all these murals with neon lights. Oh, that's good. I was wondering about these. Look, see? They're shatterproof. You can't break these. So that's good. They have another one in South Philly I've been trying to get to for a while. But every time I go there, I can't find a parking spot. Usually a lot of homeless people. There's a guy camped out in the teepee right there. Very exciting. Well, Rick the Puppy, did you have fun? I had fun. It's a good walk. We had a good walk today. We didn't see the fountains of Philadelphia. I think that was the original plan. But we didn't do that. We did this instead. And it was fun. We had lunch. Yeah, we had lunch, Rick the Puppy. I don't even care. So, yeah, just in case you come down to Old City, Center City, Philadelphia, if you park on this side of Colonial Street, on 6th Street, there's a Target. Next to the Target is parking where it's untimed and you can stay in the section as long as you want. Or you can pay $27 and park 3 blocks from here. It's up to you. I personally like to walk this part. I used to work at the electric factory, so that makes me happy. I have a homeless friend named Gus I've been looking for the past year, who usually panhandles around here. And if you ever see a middle-aged black guy, sometimes he has dreadlocks, sometimes he's bald. He's a schizophrenic and he doesn't really know what he's doing. His name's Gus. So if you're ever in this area of Philadelphia, ever see a middle-aged black guy, just give him money, even if it's not Gus. There's a lot of these new, I don't know, I like California bums. They're not from here. They're like, I don't know what these bums are. They're not, maybe they're heroin addicts with the ambition. Like they go to Kensington, but they like to stay here because of the historic section. I don't know what the story is. I do know my buddy Gus is just crazy and nobody can really take care of him. So he lives in the streets. But he's a nice guy. He don't harm nobody. He just likes to do his thing, be left alone if you can leave him alone. Or he likes, actually, no, he doesn't like to be left. He likes to talk to people. That's his problem. That's the problem with crazy people. Like, you know, you don't know everybody's crazy off jump, and then, you know, somebody, the crazy guy leaves you with a bad first impression, so your mood is to, hey, bum, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. And that's how I usually treat bums, but not Gus. I don't know why. There it is, the electric factory. They call it the Franklin Music Hall now. I don't know if I've been in there since they changed names. The electric factory was a concert venue. I think in the 60s and the 70s, Jimi Hendrix played the Electric Factory. Not that Electric Factory, but there was an Electric Factory, I think, like in where the Drexel University and all those universities are. So the guy who used to run the Electric Factory there still owns the name. I think his name's Jerry. He's a good guy. Actually, he was a really nice guy. Alright, well, I guess that's it, guys. Hey, if you like this video, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. While you're at it, hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch. My merch is fire. And if you want to help me out, there's a link below in every video to my Patreon. And if you want to have a cup of coffee with me, join me on Sundays. Hit the join button and join me for a cup of coffee on Sundays. Oh, I think that's going to be the catchphrase. Hit the join button and join me for a cup of coffee on Sunday. I like that. $1.99, yeah. Join me for a cup of coffee. That's nice, right? Oh, what is this lady wearing? Oh, okay. I thought she just had her tits hanging out. You see that building right there? There's the Roots. Group the Roots, they have a music studio in there. So, if that means anything to you. Alright, well, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And I'll sail with you later. Toodles!